Welcome back to another art video with Foxfit Crafts. Today you guys are going to get to watch a time lapse of a commission piece featuring Cara Dune from The Mandalorian. With this piece, it is an 8.5 by 11, so I wanted to go ahead and kind of map out my basic skeleton, draw some armor in, and kind of get a rough idea on it in my sketchbook before trying to transfer it to a nicer piece of paper. This project actually took maybe 2 weeks, maybe even longer. I did post it in a couple little practice live streams and did some live chats during, but with this process, so I'll go through and use a pencil and sketch out the basic form and then use a Sharpie to go over and add in the other details. I'm not looking for perfection with this step, just kind of give me an idea where things are. So from there, then I will use another piece of paper and a liner pen and go through and try to manipulate and adjust. So with the original form, I did want her, she looked a little stiff to me, and so I wanted her to have a little bit more fluid motion to her, kind of holding the dagger down, holding the gun up. And so tried it one time, wasn't super happy with that, so tried it again and decided to go back a little bit more basic with the body again. Moved her hand again, moved it in a little bit closer, and then followed the same step. Used the Sharpie again to go over. But wasn't really happy with that either. So I tried using the third, or maybe it was the fourth time, laying it over and adjusting it on the sketchbook. Figured out a little bit of a better pose for her, but this piece definitely was a trial for me. I don't know if it was just the angle I was trying to go for, but what I was imagining in my mind was not coming out on the paper, and that happens sometimes as an artist. So I took the piece that I had, laid it onto my scanner, went ahead and scanned it in, and then adjusted it on a digital art program. So I was able to cut different parts and adjust, move the legs up a little bit more, give her a little bit more tilt, move the arm, so it didn't seem as off. It also helped me to adjust her proportions and fix the sizing on her legs compared to her torso. In hindsight, I feel like maybe I should have tried just sketching her digitally first, since this is a bigger piece, but live and learn. From there, printed it out and got to work. Used my red colored pencil and just drew out her basic outline. And from there, using my trusty zebra ink liner pen, just kind of worked in the details. With any of the Star Wars characters, they're usually pretty elaborate. They have a lot of layers or bands and straps, and so that it is a matter of checking your references, making sure that you're looking at costumes. I will say one of the things I really liked about this character was she wasn't sexualized. I know that one of the things I notice a lot in any entertainment is if you have a female character, you've always got some kind of cleavage, some kind of midriff showing, which that's fine. I'm all about empowering women, you know, in those ways, and I'm not shaming anyone for what they wear, but this was a cool character because she's so kick butt, and you know, she doesn't have cleavage, she doesn't have midriff. They could have easily removed the little black shirt that she wears underneath that covers her stomach and had that little belly button showing, but they made a point of covering her, which to me felt more real. If she's living in a harsh environment, she is going to want to have more skin covered. So I thought that was super cool of her character design. I feel like that's good character design, and so I like it. Again, you know, female characters that show a lot of skin, I have nothing against that. It's just more rare to find female characters that don't have a lot of skin showing. Because her costume has a lot of dark browns and blacks, I had to layer a couple of my grays to make sure that it didn't all just look one solid muted color. I wanted there to be enough variety, but not so much that she looked like a clown or that it reached outside a color palette. I also like how muscular she is as a character. So I thought that was pretty cool as well, to have a strong female lead that's ripped, that's just muscular, kick butt. I think she's a great character design. Now with this piece, the individual that commissioned it has actually commissioned a Mando piece from me in the past, and so I wanted this piece to kind of match that. They're going to be displaying this piece and a third piece all together, so I tried sticking with the similar kind of background, you know, where it's more simplistic background, more of the detail on the character. I actually ran into issues with this particular marker. The nib kept coming off, which I actually think it's one of my newer markers that I got for Christmas, but I've been having issues with the marker companies wanting to return anything, or, you know, like I had 3 other markers that arrived and they were dry, and I tried reaching out to the company and telling them they were dry, and they're like, well, you have to prove it to us and ship it back, but on top of that, it took us about a month to be able to find any of their contact information. So it's been frustrating. I think I'm just going to have to deal with that situation. From here, we're just going to use the white posca pen to go through and add some highlights to help accentuate. And I decided to go through and thicken up some of the lines. Something I don't like about when I draw something and then have to erase it over the liner is I do erase some of the liner. But here we have our final piece. I am pretty excited with how it turned out. I do a lot of cartoon characters, so to try to do a more realistic human is pretty fun. thank you guys for tuning in. If you're a fan of The Mandalorian, let me know in the comments below. I have definitely loved it. So, thank you guys. See you next time.